Good morning, traders. Welcome to this week's Crypto Corner. I hope you all had a wonderful week. So very interesting developments on the crypto space. Let's see what the next move is going to be. There's a lot of talks about the next move on Bitcoin and the cryptocurrencies in general. Are we going to get the next move, or are we still in corrective structure? Corrective structures? We're going to have a look at what the charts are telling us and see what we're getting in the next coming week. Right, so if you'd like to contact us, check out our YouTube videos on my YouTube channel. Under the description, you'll find our website there. If you can just sign on the website, you'll receive our newsletters, and we will be posting up chart of the week on the website, so you can check it out there. Our social pages, that is on Twitter and Facebook, are also listed there, as well as our contact details. Our next course starts on the 5th of April. It is a 2-week course. You'll get a full recorded course as soon as you make a purchase on the website. Then you can interact live for 2 weeks from the 5th of April to the 15th of April. Right, let's get started with what we looked at last week. Before we get started with the charts, let's just have a look at the recaps that I've shown you last week that is still in play here. So this is the charts that we've got on Slack. You can also find this on our social media platforms as well. So Bitcoin, this is what we looked at. Let me just check here. The date was February the 20th, and we've been looking for this one to push up higher. Looking at that, just look at that there. From around 57, we've been focusing that we're going to get around 58. We're going to get a pullback. So what we are looking at now currently is a pullback in this wave. Is this going to be the wave 4? So we're going to be looking at this now. So as I've indicated the last time, there are 2 possibilities here. You could be looking at this here as 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna get a 4 here, and then a 5. So it was 2 options, whether this has completed and we are now getting a wave 4, which is going to get us a next leg higher above the all-time highs at 58 before we get a move to the downside. So before we get to that, let's just have a look at how this one has played out. So this was last week already. We've already got this pullback here in wave 4. We are currently in this move. So before this move happened, the 2 alternatives that are shown here was that these could possibly have made a 1, 2, 3, 4, and we could have ended here as a 5. Okay, so that is what we have here on Bitcoin currently. We eventually got that wave 4 that we were looking for. Is this now the resumption of the move up higher, or is this wave 4? Could the wave 4 play out as a flat before we get the next leg higher? Looking at the momentum indicators, it looks like we are going to get a bit of a deeper pullback, or we can even get a flat correction before the next leg higher. This is what I showed last week. So this is where we are currently. This is the latest update now over the weekend. So are we going to get this as a pullback, making a flat before we get the next leg higher? What would be the next leg higher? This is a 3 here in the red degree. This will be a 4 and then a 5. Either that, or we've already started the 5th wave here in this degree. The 5th wave here, let me just show this one in green. We could have already started 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is going to complete that wave 5. Now, 2 things here. This wave 5 could be this one here that will end as a flat, if it ends as a flat, or we are already on our way to wave 5 here. Those are the alternatives. So we are going to keep tracking this to see continuation patterns, to see how far this goes here. Let's go into the live chart now, the current chart on Bitcoin. So this is what we have here. This is what we have here. Is this going to make a flat or a zigzag? So this is the last wave that we're looking at here, 1, 2, 3. Is this going to give us, have we started the wave 5 to the upside, or is this wave 5 going to be a deeper one like this? Obviously, this is an invalidation level. You cannot have this in this level here. Let's just put in the invalidation level. We cannot have this wave 4 touching this level here, because wave 4 is not supposed to touch the wave 1. If that touches there, that means that structure is invalidated, and the overall structure here will be a flat as follows: 3, 3, 3, and then we look for one more to the upside. But our bias now is for this to give us the next leg higher. We're going to be looking for this one to give us, whether it comes up as a ending diagonal, doesn't really matter. So we will be looking for this to the upside. Okay, guys, so if you're looking for those that are only interested in the Forex webinar, it's already done. It will be uploaded shortly. You can check it out on YouTube shortly. Right, so that is a Bitcoin, and that is what we're expecting here. It looks like we're getting a continuation pattern here. Bitcoin, we're going to get this. So if we get this, it's a very interesting structure, guys. Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this. So this is not something that you want to be trading right now. So we could be getting this here. Very interesting structure. We've got this looking like an impulsive move here. This is 3 waves to the upside, and we're getting this as a 3-wave pullback. Let me use a different color here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we've got that. So we could be looking for this one to make a push to the upside, take the top, come back down to give us this bigger corrective structure. As long as this does not, let me put in the invalidation here. As long as this does not come in this territory, as long as the wave 4 does not come in this territory, we cannot have wave 4 in that territory. So this structure could be interesting. So we could be sideways for a while on Bitcoin. Let me go back up to the weekly chart so I can show you what I showed last week, why I'm saying the momentum is waning and what we expect. Let's have a look here. So I've shown you divergence on Bitcoin, and this is why we didn't expect that we're going to get another leg up higher. And this has been a very good indicator of what we're expecting here. I just want to look at the RSI only. Let's clean it up here. Let's clean this up. So last week I showed that last year in December, our forecast was to go to 30,000 here. Eventually we broke to about 40,000 all-time highs. We make a new high. Watch the RSI at that point. So the RSI also makes a high, right? So that is where the RSI was. Now, beginning of the year, we make this corrective structure, which we also tracked. We expected another leg to the upside all the way to about 58. We did get the next leg up higher to 58. What happens to the RSI? That's the next high here, no, lower high on the RSI. Look at what we get there. Price makes a new high, RSI makes a new low. Okay, we see the pullback. Obviously, I'm just looking at divergence here. I'm not looking at the structure, just looking at the divergence. We see this pullback in 3 waves. You could still see that we're going to get a continuation pattern to the upside, but the divergence was already showing. And as I've said, divergence does not tell you where to execute a trade. It tells you that it is coming. We make a new low on the RSI, we make a new high, but this high is not as strong as the previous one. You can even see the slope, the strength is declining there. So that's why we don't really expect much more upside on Bitcoin before we get a deeper corrective structure. Okay, so even if we do see this on the 4-hour, we see this one making a pullback here, corrective structure, making these 5 waves here, we should be almost getting to a reversal area. So there's a lot of talk about 75,000 and 100,000 on Bitcoin. Yes, that may be on the way, but the market does not move in a straight line. So we will get a deeper corrective structure at some point, and after that, then we will get our move to the upside. As I've said previously, I do not sell the cryptocurrencies. Every time we get these pullbacks, I just add onto my portfolio. Every time we get these deeper pullbacks. So that is Bitcoin. Similarly, the structures will be the same on Ethereum. So Ethereum looks like we're going to get another 3-wave pullback here. Let's see here. So let me just switch this off here. And I'm going to show you the chart on the site as well. So we're 1, 2, 3, looks like a 3 and a 4 here. Are we going to get a 5 here? Let's see the structure on the site, a clear structure on the website here. Let's look at Ethereum. So looking at Ethereum, we've got our 3-wave pullback as a wave 4 here. As follows. This is our wave 4. 1, 2, 3. We're looking for upside. That's what we're looking for. Whether this becomes a double or a zigzag doesn't really matter, as long as it does not break the rules. We'll be looking for this to continue to the upside. Currently, we are focused that we're going to get this. So even if we do get a bit of a pullback here, we'll be looking for more upside on Ethereum, right? So that is Ethereum, and that's what we're looking at there. Litecoin. So Litecoin is showing us downside, but has not confirmed yet. This is not confirmed downside as yet. But if you look at Ethereum structure, it's a bit different. Let's just have a look here on the side first before I show you that. So Litecoin on the 4-hour, we've got a structure like this. No, this is Ripple. I've opened the wrong one. Let's have a look at Litecoin. So this is what we're looking at on Litecoin, latest chart here. So we'll be looking at this to possibly be starting the move to the upside. It's a bit of a messy structure currently. There's a possibility of us getting a leading diagonal here. Like I said, like I showed with on the Forex webinar, you can get a leading diagonal like this. If you're getting a leading diagonal, for you to get an entry after the leading diagonal, if this is a wave 1 in the lower degree, you will get an entry here in the wave 2 after the diagonal, because that will be a wave 1, that will be a 2. So the 2 will give you an opportunity to take the trade to the upside. So let's watch for this for upside. I'm focusing upside because because Bitcoin and Ethereum are showing us upside as well. So we have to track them all together. So that is Ripple, and that is rather Litecoin. Ripple is the one that is have currently open. So Ripple is as follows. So Ripple, we could be starting this one here as a move as 1-2, and we also start with the leading diagonal to the upside. It's a messy structure. It's a very messy structure, currently not very clear. So we're not going to force the structure. We're going to wait for more data to see what we're going to get here on Ripple, whether we're going to get this and then upside like the rest. Right, so some of the cryptocurrencies that we don't have listed, this is Bitcoin versus this is Bitcoin Cash versus Bitcoin. This is the ratio between Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin, right? So what this simply means is that it's the ratio. So the ratio tells you which pair is better performing against the other. So for example, if you want to decide to invest between Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin, this is what you will look at. You'll take the ratio and you see. So as you see this ratio, let me take it on the daily so you can see the ratio between Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin on the daily. Looking at this over the last year, the fact that this has been on a downtrend means Bitcoin has been outperforming Bitcoin Cash. So that means between Bitcoin US dollar and Bitcoin Cash US dollar, the better option was Bitcoin. So until this structure change, whenever there's an opportunity between Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin, you will still choose Bitcoin because it performs better. That means you get better returns on Bitcoin than you would on Bitcoin Cash. So if the trend starts changing here, then you're gonna start out. You're better off investing in Bitcoin Cash than Bitcoin. Does this mean Bitcoin Cash is going down? As I've said previously, that is a ratio, but Bitcoin Cash still has the same structure as Bitcoin, as you can see. Let's go to the 4-hour. So this is the exact same structure as you've seen on Bitcoin. So because the structures are the same, which one do you take? You obviously take Bitcoin because it's currently a better performer than Bitcoin Cash. It does not mean Bitcoin Cash is going down. So this is what we have here on Bitcoin Cash. Let's just have a look at this current structure. So Bitcoin Cash is against US dollar is telling us a story here. Looks like that is a corrective structure here. And we're gonna see this one come down here with this wave. So if that is the case, we may see Bitcoin also follow to the downside. So that may change the ratio as well, the ratio between Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin, right? And then we see this, but eventually we're still gonna see the next leg higher. That is Bitcoin Cash versus US dollar. Now this is another ratio between Bitcoin Satoshi version and Bitcoin. Okay, so this is Bitcoin Satoshi version versus Bitcoin. Again, as you can see here, over the last year or so, since the beginning of the year, over the period of time, actually, let's look at the weekly. Let's look at the weekly. If there was ever a point where Satoshi version ever outperformed Bitcoin, you can see it was only these impulsive areas. So if you're a long-term investor, you would not have considered this. But since the beginning of the year, you can see that Bitcoin Satoshi version has been down compared to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin has been the best performer of most of the cryptocurrencies, actually the best performer of all the cryptocurrencies. So that actually makes sense because there's all this noise about Bitcoin and everybody will want to invest in Bitcoin. So that is the Satoshi version. And again, if you go to BSV versus US dollar, you will see that it is not necessarily going down as on that trend. So it has got the exact same structure as Bitcoin. So let's look at BSV US dollar. So if you want to compare Bitcoin Satoshi version, you need to compare it with US dollar. The structure is messy here. It's not really showing us anything here. So I'm on the weekly chart here. So this is the corrective structure here. So we are still going to see more downside here. If you look at these 3 waves down here, there are 3 waves up here. We are still going to see more downside here, maybe another 3 waves. So that means Satoshi version is still going to be outperformed by Bitcoin for the foreseeable future. All right, so that's what we have here on Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin Satoshi version. Let's look at the rest here. There are some that have been requested. Let's look at Dash. I'm going to go back to the lower time frame here now, just so we can see the lower time frame here. So Bitcoin Dash has made, if you look at, I'm just looking at this string, I'm not even looking at the rest of the structure. We're seeing these 3 waves to the upside. We're seeing this 3-wave pullback. As follows. Let's just do it clearly here. We see the 3 waves here. We see another 3 waves that could do this, and we could see this one make another 3 here. So this would be a corrective structure. We could be getting something like this here. This obviously long-term focused, so we're focusing too far ahead. And obviously when you start doing that, the accuracy goes down. So we don't necessarily want to do this. So what we want to see is the next move here. So and the next move here looks like is we're going to get this structure here, we're going to get back here, and then we're going to get this. That's all we can focus for now, because that is simply a 3-wave, 1, 2, 3, and then we'll look for upside there on Bitcoin Dash. All right, let's look at Binance as well. Binance. So looking at Binance. Very complex so far, so we've got to move to the upside here. So here we'll be looking for this to give us a move here around these levels, and then we're going to look at this to give us another move to the upside. So still continuation pattern to the downside. We're still going to see more downside around these levels. And Link, let's end with Link here. Let's have a look at Link. Let's have a look at Link. So Link is pretty interesting here. We've got to move to the upside here. These are 3 waves to the upside. We have got the 3-wave pullback here. This is actually getting more complex than what we see here. We're getting what looks like a complex correction here. If you look at this here, we are seeing this as a move up in impulse, 3 waves. Are we going to get another 3 waves? This is actually 3 waves here, 3 waves here, 3 waves here. So I'm expecting a bit of a move to the upside. What is that structure? It is this here with a complex B correction there. Then we will look for 3 waves to the upside. What does this structure? What are we seeing with this structure? This would be a W, X, and a Y structure. Bit of a messy structure really here. As you can see, this is not necessarily trade setups. These are just focus. So we'll be looking at this one to be making these 3 waves to the upside, possibly to take the top here, take this top here, then we're going to expect another move to the downside. Then that would be a whole correction for this move. And then we'll see this here. This is on Link. All right, thank you very much for attending, guys. Don't forget to check out our Forex and Indices webinar on the channel. Have a great week, everybody. Look out for the chart of the week on our website, and sign up on the website so you can get our newsletters and any information that may be sent out. Have a great week. Cheers, everybody. Bye-bye.